Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Sound Archives. It's been a little while since I've posted up a new video, but I think it was time. So today's episode is going to be just a quick concert review from a couple different shows that I saw in the past week. One of them was just last night. That was Testament and Kreator at College Street Music Hall in New Haven, Connecticut. And then the other show I went to a few weeks back, which I didn't get a chance to post a video on that, so I figured I would just kind of do a 2-for-1. That was accepting KK's Priest at Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield, Connecticut. So first, I'm going to go into last night's show. So there were three bands on the bill. It was Possessed, Kreator, and Testament. Unfortunately, I didn't get there in time to see Possessed, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but I wasn't sure if I was going to go to the show at one point, so I was kind of a little bit late getting there, and they had already played, which was a little bit disappointing because they're the only band that I hadn't seen before. But anyway, going into to Kreator's set, they had a pretty cool stage set up with some of the artwork and imagery from the most recent album that they did. It was very... It looks like it was the same setup that they had when I saw them back in 2022 in Boston. They also, like that show, they opened with the Hate Over Alice from their most recent album. But yeah, no, they sounded great. Their set list was definitely favored more of their newer material. There wasn't too much from the 80s for Kreator there. So if you're someone who doesn't like the newer material, you might be a little bit disappointed. But if you like the newer and the older stuff, or just newer stuff, then yeah, you should enjoy the set list with that one. Testament, I mean, they sounded great as well. Their set list was it's actually just the first two albums. So this tour is they're just celebrating those two records. They did announce that they are working on a new album at the end of that show, so it will be interesting to see once that finally comes out. I think a lot of their newer material has been really great as well, but again, just going back to their set list, it was great to hear a lot more stuff off the first two albums that maybe they haven't done live in a while. There's a few that I didn't see live in a while. One of my favorite songs off the first album, Do or Die, they played that, so I was real excited. I got in the pit for that, and well, I was in the pit for most of Testament, but I don't know if you could see it. I did get a couple small bruises from the pit when I was in there. Of course, I got myself a t-shirt from Legacy. But yeah, both Kreator and Testament both sounded great, and both put on a great performance. The crowd was really into it. Of course, I didn't buy a ticket till I got there, but I was able to get floor. Of course, I actually got an actual physical ticket as opposed to the electronic stuff that you usually get if you buy tickets beforehand. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. If you're buying tickets beforehand now, you don't get to collect the ticket stubs like you used to. But I still try to do that as much as I can. So yeah, it was cool that I got the stub, and yeah, it was a killer show. I will be. I'm not going to go into too much detail as far as what the entire set list was, but I will try to post that. I also took a couple videos of the show, so I'll be posting that as well, and trying to put links to this video here. So yeah, a couple weeks ago I saw KK's Priest and Accept at Ridgefield Playhouse. They actually had these little I got that there. Yeah, there we go. Got that there, and the show was sold out. So that's kind of cool that these these legends like that are selling out. It's not a big place, but it's a decent sized place. So it was kind of cool to see that they're selling that place out. Yeah, parking was kind of a pain here at the Ridgefield Playhouse because there's not too much there, and then there's baseball fields and everything going on, so you see, I don't know, practice or games going on at the same time that the show's going on, so that probably took up some of the parking as well. Yeah, so this one was again, it was such a pain to find a spot that, you know, by the time we walked in, Accept was already into their set, and when we walked in, they were playing "Son of a Bitch," which is a cool song. But you know, I wish I'd gotten there a little bit sooner. But that's what happens sometimes when you go to these shows. You get there a little bit, you know, and you don't try to get there on time. I mean, bands nowadays, they start right on time. So if you're not there when they say they're gonna start, you're gonna end up missing out. But it is what it is. So you know, except they it sounded like they had a couple technical difficulties in their set a couple times, and Mark Tonello, you know, he sounded alright, but he seemed to be, at least at some points during the set, he seemed to be a little bit out of breath. Um, so you know, the set list itself was pretty. At least what I caught was pretty good. It was mostly older, except songs from the '80s, but then there was a couple newer tracks in there as well. And I mean, I like both eras. The old classic stuff with Udo, and of course, and the newer album, excuse me, the newer albums that they do with Mark Turnillo, I think are also really great. Um, KK's Priest, I mean, they were awesome. They definitely stole the show that time. They you know, they had like these video introductions that they did, and they did the last time I saw them too, which was earlier this year. These just like video introductions of all the band members. And yeah, it was pretty cool. Their set list was a little bit different than what it was when I saw them earlier this year. They did one of the tracks that they pulled out from Hellbent for Leather, Before the Dawn, the kind of the you know, the ballad song, which kind of surprised me. It's not a song I would have expected them to pull out, but they did. But again, they also, not unlike last time I saw them. I mean, of course, they did Priest songs. They did KK's Priest songs from the two albums, Sermons of the Sinner and The Sinner Rides Again, and then they also played Burn in Hell from the Jugulator album. They did that in the set list last time too. So set list didn't seem like it was that much different from the previous show, but there were a couple changes there. But man, they sounded great. Ripper sounded great as a singer. So yeah, overall, it's a fun show. Any other comments I have on these shows? So yeah, like I said, at least for the Kreator one, you know, they had kind of a stage set up. A couple points in the song, they had these people come out with they were like wearing robes and a mask, and they came out for a couple of the intro parts for a couple of the songs that are off the newer albums. So yeah, it was interesting to see that. Testament didn't really have any type of a stage show or any real like props or anything. They just had kind of the backdrop and, you know, just the guys playing. So yeah, I mean, both shows were great. Obviously, Testament Kreator is a little bit fresher on my mind since it was last night. I did buy a T-shirt at the show for the Legacy, and yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna try to post links to the set lists and also to a couple of the videos that I took at both shows. I'm gonna get those posted as well and provide links in there. So if anyone was at these shows and has a story that they want to share, please feel free to share. Or if you saw them on another show on this tour, or if you saw them at some other point, it'd be great to hear your stories as well. So next video that I'm going to post, I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but lately I've just been doing these concert reviews, and I do enjoy talking about it. And you know, I like to take some video at the shows and post that as well to share. I know a lot of people do that at shows these days, and some people find it annoying, but you know, I like to take video of a couple songs just as kind of you know, kind of a memento that I was there at the show. So anyway, with that, I will conclude this video, and until next time, keep rocking.